ครับผมรบกวนหน่อยครับ
ได้ได้ไหมไกลไปไหม
ครับผม
And as we get set for another edition of Warriors League Thailand 2026, Rich Quiñones courtside. We've got 4 on the docket this afternoon, and obviously feeding into the Saturday evening, and it should be a wonderful matchup. Now, we're already through 1 week. The Stuff Bisons fully feared. The Hunters and the Titans all have 2 points. Sun Devils, Hoops, Newport, CNX, Orion, they sit there with 1 point. So some of those teams have a little bit of work to do. We're set for our first one this evening. It'll be the Sun Devils versus the Howard Hoops. And again, if you go back from week 1 and you look at some of the inconsistencies offensively, a lot of these teams now are going to figure out a way to clean it up going forward. So that's something that we're going to keep an eye out for. We'll set the starting lineups in a moment as well. Also want to encourage you and remind you to get social with us on social media. You can follow along, very easy to do. Go to the YouTube channel. You can just type in Warriors Thailand. The games are streamed live and then, of course, on demand. And please follow us on social media, on Instagram, and also on Facebook. And that's very easy to do as well. You just have to search and you will find Warriors Thailand. And it should be a very, very good Saturday going into Sunday. So check one. Check one. Check one. Let's set the starting lineups as well. We get set for our first contest. As we do that, we'll go through some of the standings. As I mentioned, the Bisons fully feared, the Hunters and the Titans all 1-0. The Sun Devils, the Hoops, New Force, and Orion looking for their first wins. Statistically, if you start to look at some of the leaders right now, a lot of times we'll look at the index of success and the efficiency. And right now, Jordan Robinson from Fully Feared BC, 48% index, 43 on the offensive side. His efficiency is outstanding. Some players to watch this afternoon into this evening: Logan Willoughby. He's a big-time player. Aaron Murphy, Mark Blair, Jerron Flynn. So we'll give you all the numbers with these players respectively. We are moments away from our opening tip-off to start things off. It'll be the Sun Devils versus Howard Hoops. We'll give you the starting lineups as well. I can just find the starting lineups in my notes. Like this. Like this. Here. And what do we got here? For the Sun Devils, it'll be Aaron Murphy, Brandon Moore, Jaheim McDonald, Kobe L. Unico, Majelbra, number 66, 6'1" shooting guard. That'll be your starting 5 for the Sun Devils. For Howard, it'll be Logan Willoughby, Jerry Brooks, very good-looking guard. Hayden Thomas, who had an outstanding contest in week 1. Hydak and Michael Douglas. Willoughby and Thomas accounted for 14 of check one. Check. Check one. So as I mentioned, number 5, Murphy, 6'4" combo guard. Number 8, Morris, 6'3" guard. Played in the TBL, Pomona College. Marquise McGilbra, 6'1" shooting guard from Sam Houston State. Jaheim McDonald, native of Georgia, 6'5" guard. Kobe Lawrence from New Orleans, 6'5". They want to utilize his height in this one. And as for Howard, you've got a bunch of sharpshooters, whether it's Hayden Thomas, Logan Willoughby, Jerry Brooks, solid guard. Hydak, Sun Devils. Check 1 2. 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 Check 1. Check 1. Check 1. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Pi Dax, 6'4" guard. Logan Willoughby, 6'2" guard. Hayden Thomas, good looking sharpshooter, 6'4". Michael Douglas, very guard heavy team. Jerry Brooks, another guard. Coached by Jonathan Alvarado. We've got 4 10-minute quarters, 2 minutes between the quarters, 5-minute intermission. And then we'll recognize some of the standout players of the afternoon. I believe one of your keys to the game, if you are the Sun Devils, you want to prevent Willoughby and also Thomas from really going off in this game. Hayden Thomas and Willoughby, those are your three-point specialists. They create a substantial amount of spacing on the floor that pretty much you have to kind of pick and choose what direction you want to go defensively. Take a look at both teams warming up respectively. Sun Devils in the whites and the hoops in those sharp blue unis. We're about 15 to 20 minutes away from opening tip-off. Check 1 2, check 1 2, check, check, check. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Let's see how it sounds in my ear. Let's see. All right, so we're moments away from opening tip-off again. Sun Devils versus the Howard Hoops. Sun Devils come in with a stacked starting lineup. Aaron Murphy, Brendan Moore, Marquise McGilbra, Jaheim McDonald, Kobe Lawrence. And for Howard, we saw standout players last weekend. Pi Dak, Logan Willoughby, Hayden Thomas, Michael Douglas, and Jerry Brooks. Check 1, check 1, check 1. Check, check, check. Oh. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Check 1 2, check 1 2. just running an audio test prior to the telecast. Sun Devils versus Howard Hoops, Warriors League 2026. We'll set the starting lineups as well. We'll also give you updated standings and stats. We've got 4 on the docket. As I mentioned, the Scuff Vikings fully cleared the Hunters and the Titans with 2 points apiece. Sun Devils Hoops, New Force, and CNX Orion with 1 point as well. Keep it locked into Warriors Thailand on the YouTube channel, Facebook, and don't forget to get social with us on Instagram. All right, so we're set for the opening tip-off between Howard and the Sun Devils. Howard Hoops in the blue unis, Sun Devils in the whites. And we're just doing a little housekeeping before the opening tip-off. For the Sun Devils, it'll be Murphy, Mora, Lawrence, Majilbra, and Walter, number 20. And we'll round out Howard's starting lineup as well. I mentioned Sun Devils in the white uniform. Howard, I would suspect will it be Brooks, Thomas, and a quick lay-in missed opportunity to start things off. For Howard, it should be, as I alluded to, Willoughby, Brooks, Thomas, Dak, and Douglas. All right, now we are back to live action. Opening quarter in this one. It gets you caught up to speed 3-2. And Hoops moving right to left. I mentioned some of their standout players. Thompson has it. Once put on the floor, they'll kick out one more time. Look for Willoughby to flash. He's also a very good-looking shooter from beyond the arc. Brooks now trying to create. Keep the pitching on the floor, just as I suspected. He'll draw the defender out. Look for that double. Slithers right down the lane. You have 3 seconds, so you get the violation and the call on the hoop, so it's going to be turnover. It'll go back the other way. Sun Devils now. I mentioned they're moving it left to right in the white unis. Little fortuitous bounce, and right inside, count it, little hoop and arm. So the Sun Devils with an opportunity to go to the line. Conventional 3-point play. And it's going to be Murphy, the 6'4" combo guard out of North Carolina. 5-2, and the free throw is good. Hoops now, Willoughby, handoff. Back over to Willoughby, 3. And that is short. Jailbreak opportunity for the Sun Devils, come back the other way. in the act of shooting. So again, very decisive. A couple opportunities to get right to the line to start things off early on in this one. We've got a timeout on the floor. And while we have a moment, we'll get you caught up to speed. It's 8-2 right now, Sun Devils. 7:41 to go in this opening quarter. 8-2 right now, Sun Devils over Howard Hoops. Take a look at the Hoops, getting some instructions. They're a really good-looking team. You've got a bunch of sharpshooters, so when they're spacing and they clear out on the floor, they've got some opportunities to knock it down from beyond the arc. If you're Sun Devils, you're going to have to be very wary of that, and I think the Sun Devils have to figure out a way to get the ball inside as well. Command and draw that double team. They got some really nice players. A couple players to spotlight: Aaron Murphy, Jaheim McDonald, 6'5" guard, and then obviously Lawrence at 6'5" from New Orleans. First to 4 on this Saturday afternoon. Warriors League Thailand 2026. Rich Quinones here. Appreciate everyone tuning us in. All over, and especially those viewing us stateside, you are absolute warriors with the time difference and supporting the players, and we greatly appreciate it. (9-2) under 7 to play in this first quarter. Give it right back up. Thomas trying to create, step back, count it. I mentioned Thomas and I mentioned Willoughby. Those two were 14 of 32 from beyond the arc. Really good sharpshooters. Obviously, 12 in, he's dangerous. That's a good dribble drive and an easy lay-in. 11-4, 7-point cushion, 6.5 to go in this opening stanza. Tough matchup. Kick out, back over. Just looking for a sliver of daylight. Willoughby got his own rebound, just outworked in the low block in the lane with the left hand. And that's a good sign right now for the Sun Devils. They're hitting their open shots. They're creating off the dribble. Thomas thought about it. He will not be reluctant to pull the trigger. And a contested shot. Good take. And again, drawing the contact. This is something that they need to do. Figure out a way to get to the line, and that's exactly what they're doing right now early on. 13-6, 5:33 to go in this first. Second is true. A nice start for the Sun Devils. Trying to work the press. So the defensive effort to slide over the weak side help, try to disrupt the shot, and also try to disrupt the guard going right to the basket. Willoughby will inbound it. Back over to Willoughby, puts him on for a stop and pop. That's off the mark. So a little cold for Willoughby, who had a really nice week 1 with the 24. Oh, nice spin move right down the lane. Can't get it to fall, though. I believe that was Murphy trying to create off the dribble. 14-6, 4:45 to go in this first quarter. Long 3. Thus far, big shots not falling. They were able to knocked down those 3-pointers the other night in week 1. As I mentioned, Willoughby and Thomas, 14 of 32 from beyond the arc. But I love the decisiveness I'm seeing right now from the Sun Devils, and you'll get some fresh bodies checking in right now. 4:28 to go in this first quarter. 14-6, Sun Devils up by 8. Thomas checks back in for Howard. They're going to need his offensive prowess tonight as well. This is something I also noticed, even though it was during week 1, I'm sure that the teams worked on this during practice. Could be fatigue, it could still be getting acclimated, but the free throw shooting, it certainly has to get cleaned up for a lot of these teams, especially if you get to the fourth quarter and it's going to be a close game. 15-6, nice offensive output by the Sun Devils. Thomas, catch and shoot. His shot hasn't fallen yet. Gets his own rebound, goes to the tin, and Willoughby's right there to lay it in off the rebound. Clean it up. Stop the bleeding a little bit. 15-6, 4:13 to go. Good ball movement. Go swing it. Puts it on the floor. Strong move and an easy glide in. Count that one. I believe that was Mora. 6'3" guard. 17-6. 11-point lead on the 4 to play in this first. Willoughby and Thomas haven't really been able to find their stroke just yet. Behind the back, 3. And just as I say that, Willoughby finally wakes up. 6'2" guard knocks it home with a 3 ball. As this game progresses, they're going to be weary of that, the Sun Devils. Coming back the other end, that 3 doesn't fall. Good rebound in traffic, left-handed lay-in. A little more juice, a little more bounce to the step for the Sun Devils right now, being extremely active down on the low block and doing a good job off the glass. Brooks looking for a little shake and bake. He'll give it up. Back over. Thomas now. Willoughby flashes. The idea was there. The execution was not. Miss, and another opportunity for the Sun Devils in transition. Down 8. Coffin corner. Willoughby has it. He wants to get it out and run. Good defense coming back the other way. And clean it up. 4 quick ones for the Hoops. 19-13. And defensively, they're starting to lock down now over the last several possessions. They've got numbers. Out of control Thomas, but he was able to draw the contact. Either we're going to tag Moore with it or Walter. 2:19 to go in this opening quarter. It's a 6-point cushion for the Sun Devils. 19-13. Thomas will be side out. Wasn't in the act of shooting. Oh, got away with it. Okay, I was about to say. Certainly shuffled his feet right there. That's an easy call to make. So, right now, Howard's a little out of sync offensively. His pace fitting the Sun Devils. They've been doing a nice job on the glass. We'll get to stats after every quarter. Tough off-balance shot. Doesn't set, doesn't fall. Pack gives it up. Thomas in rhythm. Not yet. Sun Devils got to take advantage of these opportunities. In traffic, tried to draw the contact, and it's going to come back the other way with a $1:45 to go in this first quarter. So neither team over the last several possessions has really settled in offensively. And I think that favors the Sun Devils right now. They want to make it a low-scoring game. 3 in rhythm. It's a good-looking shot right there. And I like what I'm seeing when they do get these clean looks. 22-13. Thomas trying to create a little sliver of daylight. They'll slide over. Excellent job defensively. Baseline help. Sun Devils want to push it, looking to build. Catch and shoot one more time. Doesn't fall. Rebound coming up the other end. Brooks. Hoops want to push it now. Zach has it. They'll swing it. Thomas thought about it, puts it on the floor, 12-footer, count it. Oh, no, pardon me. Thought it was in and out all the way. My goodness. Wow, the shots that were falling on week one are not. Long outlet pass. Spoke too keen on that shot. 22-13. That ball was all the way down and popped back up. Brooks looking to create. Glides in with the right hand. Jerry Brooks. Put it on the floor. Finish. Coming back the other end, the Sun Devils. In transition, getting out and running. And that's how the first quarter is going to end. 24-13. So this is a nice pace for the Sun Devils. Offensively, they did a really good job, not only knocking down their shots, but I like the business, the basketball acumen, the IQ of putting on the floor. And Howard struggled from beyond the arc, something we didn't see in week one last weekend. They were just absolutely lights out. 24-15 after one quarter of play. Outstanding balanced scoring right now early on for the Sun Devils. Murphy, 7 points, already with 6 boards. Mora, who's just a machine, scoring machine, 7 and 4. And for Howard, got to pick it up a little bit. Brooks with a quiet 4 to start things off. Thomas' shot hasn't dropped just yet. Same thing with Willoughby, but I suspect that'll change as this game goes on. Also, Lawrence with 8 for the Sun Devils. So as I mentioned, you got 3 players already creeping in double digits, and they've already gone to the line 8 times. And for Howard, who typically lives and dies by that 3-point shot, 1 of 8 from beyond the arc. And the Sun Devils will settle for that. Looking to build upon that 9-point cushion. Bird, pick up the dribble, and then get that violation, keeps it inside, they'll swing and kick out one more time, dribble drive, they turn it over, Hoops have it, they're moving right to left. There's your outlet, and another turnover. So, got to clean up a little bit of the sloppiness. It's all about making adjustments. Sun Devils lead it by 9, thought about the catch and shoot, now step back 3, that's off the mark. Jack has it using that 6-foot frame. 2-man game. Brooks with the spin move off the glass. Tried to hustle and get his own rebound. Excellent job. That's a good hustle play. Got caught up off the glass, and that finds a home. With Jerry Brooks, active. 24-17, 7-point deficit right now. Sun Devils up. Howard wants to push. And that rattles home. The 4-0 spurt to start things off in the second quarter. A little run here. Drop off. Contested shot. Got him in the act. Thomas checks in. First off the front of the iron. The more 0-2 from the line, they clean it up and they still get the fortuitous little bounce right there. Dak glides to the rim, can't finish in the rebound. No one boxed out. 8:22 to go in the second quarter, 26-19. A little more spacing on the floor by the Sun Devils, settling way too much for those jump shots right there. Before in that first quarter, they were able to work the ball inside a little bit and get that guard play going. They're going to need it. 8:05 to go in the second. Hoops down 5, 26-21. I think they worked that two-man game. Thomas, let's put it on the floor. Do the double. Long three. Well, I'll tell you, the Sun Devils, they will settle for that shot all night long. That's not Dak's game. Thus far, the three has not fallen for the Hoops. Trailing this one, 26-21. 7:28 to go. Good interior pass. Puts it on the floor. Spin move in a dandy left hand. Silky smooth and a soft touch. That's their bread and butter, working it inside like that, especially with the opportunities with these transitional buckets, these jailbreaks. Willoughby now. Once again, three that was very prominent and successful and dropping week one, not right now for the Hoops. One of 9 from beyond the arc. 6:46 to go in this first quarter. These are two teams right now that this is the beauty of the tournament. Desperate to pick up the win. Each has 1 point respectively coming off losses. Try to create a little space. Shot doesn't drop. Another rebound from the Sun Devils. Leading by 7, looking to build upon that. Going to get it ball one more time. Opportunity off the glass, and that rattles home. Another good job inside, getting position, following through, and finishing. Well, I'll tell you, really uncharacteristic some of the shot collection right now. And a jailbreak opportunity with the right hand. Counted in the finish. Oh my goodness. Well, I'll tell you, really uncharacteristic some of the shot collection right now. And a nasty finish right there with the right hand. You see right now, you look for that. I believe that was Murphy, the 6'4" guard, the combo guard, just exploded right to the rack. So I'll tell you, really uncharacteristic some of the shot collection right now. And a jailbreak opportunity with the right hand. Timeout on the floor. 5:31 to go. 32-21. Sun Devils up. But how about Murphy? I'll tell you, really uncharacteristic some of the shot collection right now. And a jailbreak opportunity with the right hand. Counted in the finish. Oh my goodness. Well, I'll tell you, really uncharacteristic some of the shot collection right now. And a jailbreak opportunity with the right hand. Counted in the finish. Oh my goodness. Well, I'll tell you, really uncharacteristic some of the. So right before the opening tip-off, we were highlighting some players. We were focusing a lot on Howard, sharpshooters, Willoughby, Thomas. Talk about the guard playing Brooks. Mentioned a little bit about the Sun Devils as well. McDonald, Moore, and then Murphy, 6'4", and playing well above the rim with that one. Here's a player that's going to get you a double-double pretty much every night out. I mean, he's a walk-in 20 and 15 and having a real nice start to this one with the emphatic flush with the right hand. Caps off the three-point play. 33-21. Sun Devils up by 12. I mean, a dunk like that gives a little life to the rest of your teammates. And Clyde coming back the other way. See if they rule that a 3 or not. And they do, 33-24. Friendly bounce and the friendly roll. right now, when they get out, the Sun Devils in transition, they're so athletic. You've got a lot of versatile players right now, but I like the fact that they are patient trying to work it inside. Little shake and bake by Willoughby. Count that one from 13 out. Starting to feel it, Logan Willoughby. He's got to wake up for Howard to have an opportunity in this one. With a loose change. And they want to get out and push it, trailing 35-26, 4:23 to go in the second quarter. Thomas has been quiet. All he needs is start to getting off a little bit with that little sliver of daylight. Two-man game in traffic. What they call it on the floor during the act of shooting, and Brooks is going to go to the line. So Jerry Brooks heads to the charity stripe. We'll get some fresh bodies for the Sun Devils. Murphy already with 16, Lawrence with 10, and Mora with 7. And they're doing what they need to do. Not only are they getting to the line, but they're doing an excellent job on the glass. Already 17 rebounds, 14 on the defensive end. Second chance points, second chance opportunities, a lot of hustle plays by the Sun Devils. Very impressive first quarter. 35-28, they lead it by 7. But as we mentioned, Howard can shoot their way right back into this contest. Looking for that double. Oh, that's a real tough off-balance shot. Did a good job defensively. You saw Hartman try to call out for the ball. See if they go back inside one more time. They tried to. So the idea was there. The execution wasn't. And it's going to be tipped and knocked out of bounds. The Hoops 3:42 to go in the second quarter. Running clock 35-28. Sun Devils up by 7. And really a highlight thus far in this first quarter. The emphatic right-handed stuff by Aaron Murphy. It's going to be a turnover coming back the other way. Back over to Willoughby. Once put it on the floor. Might have gotten away with one. Off balance. Count that one. So again, another little spurt and run right here. Hoops want to get out. Stolen away. Look out. Coming back the other way. Contact, but no call on the floor. Under 2:30 to go in the second quarter. Pace starting to pick up. Long three. Count it. Well, this is what happens. You let them hang around, and the shot's going to start dropping. No long hesitation three. Whatsoever. Count it. And stolen away, coming back the other end, off the glass. Both offenses picking up. 1 under 2 minutes to go in this second quarter. 41-33, Sun Devils. Up by 8. Willoughby trying to get going a little bit. Draws that double over to Thomas. That doesn't fall. Coming back the other way. $1:43 to go. Hartman hands off. Another hand off one more time. Coughlin corner. Give it right back up. They got a good opportunity right here. For an 8-point lead. Oh, two-man game. Good pick and roll. Really like what I'm seeing from this Sun Devils squad tonight. Whether it's Lawrence, whether it's Walters, Hartman, Murphy, getting everyone involved in the flow of the offense. You know, McDonald, quietly putting together a nice game. That's another player to watch from Georgia, 6'5" guard. He is a lights out 3-point shooter, a 3-point shooting specialist. See if they get him cooking in the second half. See how they draw that double opportunity for 3? They don't cash in, but Howard's got to realize what's going to be the appropriate double. Do I need to slide over weak side help? Is it really necessary? Sun Devils want to run under a minute to go before the break, 41-33. Last couple possessions, though, the Sun Devils, you don't want a team like Howard that can shoot and they start to just feel it and gain some confidence to get right back in the contest. Still sits, jailbreak opportunity. We're an 8-point lead, and it balloons right back up to 10 when under 35 seconds to go in the second quarter. Sun Devils up. These games go extremely fast. The pace is back and forth. Thomas, certainly a half that was not reminiscent of week one where every single shot was falling, especially for Thomas and Willoughby. Now, listen, their shot is going to come in the second half. I mean, these are two very good shooters. I don't suspect they're going to be this cold throughout the course of a game. Sun Devils can hold for the last shot. Long 3. Count it! Ripple the twine. And the man of the hour right now just starting to light it up and having himself a whale of a half. Murphy just on fire. We're at the break, 46-33. Sun Devils lead it by 13. Fantastic first half of play. Let's get you caught up to speed. We get some updated stats right on the fly. Murphy with 16 and 11. And oh, by the way, 3 dimes. Mora with 9, 7 boards, 3 dimes. You see the distribution. They're so smart with the basketball this evening. Lawrence with 12. Doing a much better job not turning the basketball over. One of the reasons they lead this one by 13. And as far as the second chance opportunities to fast break points, look, they're getting to the line, talking about the Sun Devils, 6 of 11. They're doing a very good job on the glass, 22 rebounds. And you have 2 players that are well on their way to 20-plus points. Murphy with the 19, Lawrence with the 12. As for Howard, the shot has not dropped. Now, Willoughby has a quiet 11. 1 of 3 from beyond the arc. Thomas, only 2 points. Now, you're talking about a player that scored 29 in the opener. He's getting clean looks. They're not falling. That is a positive figure to Sun Devils. But he's a player that once he starts to find his rhythm and his stroke, you're going to have to start to face guard him a little bit and defend. He's not going to shoot that poorly in the second half. He's just not. He's too good of a player. Brooks, very good first half for the Hoops with 11 points. All right, and that's where we stand at the half, 46-33. We'll step aside. Third quarter of action coming up. We are almost set for the start of the third quarter. Again, the Sun Devils lead this one 46-33. Rich Quinones here. Hope you're enjoying today's telecast and broadcast. Warriors League Thailand 2026 10th annual tourney. As we said last week, it's a sprint, not a marathon. We'll go over the halftime stats one more time if you guys are just joining us. And really, the story of the first half for the Sun Devils, Aaron Murphy having himself a phenomenal first half with that emphatic right-handed dunk that kind of ignited and sparked his teammates. 19 points, 9 of 13 from the floor. Also able to get to the line a couple times. He's added 11 points, so he's well on his way to a big-time double-double. As I mentioned, 25 and 15. He's good for that every night. Mora with 9, Lawrence with 12, Anderson, McDonald with 2. But again, the one thing that the Sun Devils are not doing is turning the basketball over. They only have 4 turnovers, so they're playing really smart basketball, very judicious with the basketball. For the Hoops, little different story. They come in very hot, three-point shooting team. They haven't really been able to get their 2 catalysts from beyond the arc going. That would be Willoughby and Thomas. They are a combined right now, mind you, 1 of 7 from beyond the arc. Now, in week 1, they were 14 of 32. Both of them scored 20 plus. Willoughby with 24, 7 of 11 from beyond the arc. Thomas, a team high 29, 4 of 6. So they need to get them cooking a little bit. They need a little more spacing on the floor. I would suspect they're going to let Brooks create a little more. He's had a really nice first half, 11 points. Doesn't turn the basketball over, a couple rebounds, a couple assists here and there, but I would suspect let him create a little more and try to get clear out in spacing. And here we go, third quarter of action, 46-33. Both teams vying for their first win of the tourney. And a turnover. And here we go again. Murphy has it. Drops it off. Unselfish and an easy lay-in. Largest lead of the afternoon. 15 right now. 48-33. Just really impressed with what the Sun Devils have been able to do defensively. Howard's looking to go inside. Tough turnaround, Jay. That doesn't fall. Good hustle play. Kick out. Thomas. Not yet. Shot's not falling just yet. Little stutter step stagger. They'll converge. Coffin corner 3. That doesn't fall. Thomas has the rebound. Long outlet pass. Brooks has it. Met at the rim by Murphy. And he drew the contact, and he's going to go to the line for 2. Jerry Brooks. Brooks knocks home the first. Seconds off the mark. Murphy with another rebound. So uncharacteristic turnover for the Sun Devils. And again, listen, this is a 14-point lead right now. You don't want to give Howard, and we know basketball is all about spurts and runs. You don't want Thomas and Willoughby to start going off. Thomas. Shot just has not fallen with the air ball. And another turnover. So back-to-back possessions right now. And that's got to drive any coach absolutely batty. Sure, their head coach, Terrence Bentley, not happy with those last 2 possessions. They still maintain that 14-point lead. Drop off over to Brooks. Looking for that ISO, puts it on the floor, turns it over. Jailbreak opportunity. Some numbers right now for the Sun Devils. Drop off, give it right back to Murphy, and a little loose change coming back the other end with the left hand, and that drops home. So the ball's certainly bouncing the way of the Sun Devils right now. Largest lead now, 16, 50-34, 7:36 to go in this third quarter. Oh, stutter step with the left hand and the stagger. That's a gorgeous move. A little pause and a little hesitation. They're going to need Brooks. Good look inside off the cutter. Going to need Brooks to penetrate and break down these defenders. Dak now wants it. Willoughby with the three. Gets his own rebound. Can't corral it. Long outlet. Murphy now. Gets it right back. Unselfish. Great assist. Unselfish play right now. Really impressed. Just can't overstate it. From what we saw from week one, we get a little more practice time in, and here we go. Sun Devils will settle. They'll allow that shot all night long. Looking to push this one to 20, 21 with a three, and that doesn't drop. Tipped around, hustle play, and it's going to stay with the Sun Devils, leading this one 54-36, 6:30 to go in this third quarter. And that drops home. That was a quick release. And a good-looking shot. Tempo right now is perfect for the Sun Devils. Yeah, they want to get out and they want to keep running here. Oh, Murphy gliding again. And another hoop and harm with the contact. He is having himself a game. Yeah, they want to get out and they want to keep running here. Oh, Murphy gliding again. And another hoop and harm with the contact. Yeah, they want to get out and they want to keep running here. Oh, Murphy gliding again. And another hoop and harm with the contact. 22 for the game. And right now, 60-36. And this is what happens right now. You've got a large deficit. Look, we've seen teams, we saw it last weekend in week one. We saw teams that were trailing 15, 16, 17 points, cut it to 6, 7, 8 in that third and that fourth quarter. Howard, they don't have to rely on the three-point shot. They don't need to force the three-point shot up. Yes, they're down big right now, but the way these games play sometimes, it does get wide open. Sometimes you see a little more iso ball and some bad turnovers, and quickly you get a couple possessions. Murphy's going to check out, having himself a whale of a game. He'll go out for a blow, and I suspect you'll see him back in a couple more minutes. But you don't need the three ball to consistently try to get yourself back in this game. And we saw last week, even though the three ball was dropping, they still had spacing on the floor. Their guard play was very prominent and pronounced. Obviously, that's not the case tonight. But you have to take one possession at a time. Look, it's a major deficit, and they'll figure out a way to try to scratch and claw back in. But offensively, they got to start knocking down their shots. Not to rush the shots, but get clean looks and knock them down. Another turnover. And then finally, they get a little loose change. Get something to stop the bleeding, down 62-38. Front of the iron doesn't drop. Another strong, tough move. So, again, this is what you want. Put the ball on the floor and get to the line. They're going to need Dak. That 6'4", lanky frame, that body. Hartman's checking in for the Sun Devils. But the best way to get back in this game is to get to the line. 62-41. Get a little more spacing, though. I believe it went out of bounds on one of the Sun Devils players' legs. So it's a 19-point deficit. You get this one right around 12 early in the fourth, we got ourselves a game. And that's still going on the guys that Thomas and Willoughby have really not found their stroke just yet. Good rotation and just a good shot. I mean, you can listen, defensively, you did everything you had to do. That's a whale of a shot right now with the 3-ball and a jailbreak opportunity coming back. Catnap right there. And that's an easy bucket. And again, that's got to drive I mean, you got an opportunity. You slice it, get it to 17. You give up a bucket. You turn it over. And now it's back up to 20. Got an opportunity to just quietly chip in and chip away. It's a 20-point deficit, 2:43 to go. Pardon me. Coming back the other way, the hoops. Nice drop off. And a finish. So good trailer. As I said, you get this down to 14-12 with about 7-6 to go in the fourth. Put a little more pressure on the opponent. Listen, they were down. If you go back, they led, and then they relinquished the lead against the Hunters because they went ice cold late. Now they got to figure out a way just to get their shot dropping a little bit. But as I alluded to, you don't need to settle for the 3-point shot. It's a turnover, so another opportunity coming back the other way. Unforced error. Under 2 to play in this third quarter. So the shot now that was dropping in the first and second for the Sun Devils not. It's just a question of how we're taking some opportunities and advantage of it. And they've missed a couple of easy lay-ins and a couple wide open looks. Step back 3. Doesn't drop. (64-46). Four of 23 from beyond the arc. Howard is. You're going to get a travel, and it's going to come back the other way. Plus 11 turnovers. So adding a little insult to injury. And the benefit of having this lead like this, you can rest Murphy. Nice touch. Back up to 20 points. It's a 20-point lead right now. 66-46, final 30 in this third quarter. And it'll stay with Howard. Clock continues to tick away. First of 4. Back thinking about it. Tries to kick it out over to Brooks. He might have touched the ball right there as you got 5 seconds to go in this third quarter. Let's see which way they... So the Sun Devils will have it. No, check that, pardon me. It'll be Hoops ball. Down 20. Plenty of time to get a shot off. looks like they called Howard on that one. Interesting. And just short in front of the rim. So that's where we stand after 3. Sun Devils looking good, trying to get their first win of Warriors League Thailand 2026. And the Hoops have some work to do down 20. Let's get you caught up to speed with some stats after 3 quarters of play. Murphy right now with a game-high 24. Mora with 13. Lawrence with 14. McDonald with 5, giving some
Count
good
it.
effort. Good. And for
Well,
Howard,
this is what happens. You let them hang
Willoughby
around.
with 11,
The shot's
Brooks
going to start
with
dropping.
14, and then Robinson.
No
we haven't
presentation
talked
whatsoever.
about
Count it.
Robinson, trying to give him some juice as well off the bench, but he has
Stornoway
7.
coming back the other
attempts
end,
to rob.
off the glass.
But the difference in this game,
Both
obviously the
offenses picking
turnovers,
up.
the missed
When under
bunnies
2
by
minutes to go
Howard,
in the
and the
second
inability
quarter.
to knock down
41-33,
three-point shots, something they were
Sun
able
Devils.
to do in that first game of the tourney.
Up by
But right
8.
now, they are 4 of 23, and they're trying to shoot themselves
Willoughby
back
trying to
in down
Get
big.
going a
And
little
then
bit.
if you
Draws
look
that
at
double over to
what the
Thomas.
Sun Devils are
That
doing,
doesn't fall.
they're
Coming
shooting
back the other
absolutely
way.
scorching. I mean, they are on fire from the floor right now. 24 of 35.
Good rotation
So
and just a
they're
good
well
shot.
over
I mean, you could,
50%,
listen,
doing an
defensively, you did
outstanding
everything you
job.
had to do.
Except
That's a
fourth
well of a
quarter,
shot right
and
now
they're
with
up.
the 3 ball. And a jailbreak opportunity coming back. Catnap right there.
So Murphy back in and wants it. He's got the hot hand with 26. Turn around. Count it again. He cannot be stopped. He is absolutely on fire right now. And he just checked back in early on in the fourth quarter. He can do anything he wants tonight. What a game. Missed the free throw, but they get the rebound and another look inside, and well, the man of the hour. 28 with under 9.5 to go. Thomas, very quiet, looking for a little bit of daylight, hands it off to Dak. Long 3. That doesn't fall. Gets his own rebound. Good hustle play. Kick out over to Thomas. They'll swing it one more time. Thought about the 3, puts it on the floor, picks up the dribble, back inside again, and contact, but no foul. So they worked it in, showed a little bit of patience. 70-46, 9.5 to go in this fourth quarter. That 3 drops home. And a lot of it is you want to double number 5, but you're paying the price if you do that. And finally, Thomas gets a 3 that rattles the twine. So quiet tonight. High arcing shot off the glass. Little floater. Now, Howard can ill afford keep going back and forth exchanging buckets like this. They need some defensive stops. They're down big, trailing by 24, 75-51. Under 8 to go. And ideally, you love to get this right around 10 to 12 with under 3. But they need some defensive stops, and they got to figure out a way to cool off the man with the basketball, bringing it up the floor right now. Number 5, Aaron Murphy, 6'4" combo guard, just doing damage. Everything's been dropping tonight. I'm surprised that one didn't find a home and rattle in. Willoughby, Euro step with the left hand, and count it. Good take by Logan Willoughby. Shielded his body, soft with the lay-in with the left hand, gets to the line. So 75-53, an opportunity for a 3-point play.
Knocks it home. 75-54. 7.5 to go in this fourth. Strong take. You're seeing the Sun Devils, you're seeing the physicality right now when these players, they're confident they can win the battle down on the low block. And we're seeing it right there. You're seeing the physicality stronger, right? A lot more want, extra effort. I mean, look at this. Unbelievable. Several times right around the rim. Now, I don't know if it's fatigue for Howard, but a lot more juice from the Sun Devils tonight and a lot of balanced scoring. Murphy with 28 and 13. Moore with 16 and 10. Lawrence with 14 and 2. McGilbra, with 7. All around, very good team effort. Not turning the basketball over. Winning the battle of the boards. And getting to the line. 16th free throw attempt. Well, that's an easy jailbreak opportunity. A little cherry picking right there for Thomas. Still a 20-point lead for the Sun Devils. 78-58. 6.5 to go in this fourth. Moore tried to look inside to Murphy with the hot hand. And 2 more gets him to 30. And obviously coasting a player of the game. Timeout on the floor. 6:14 to go in this fourth quarter of action. 78-58. Sun Devils up by 20. .620 remaining in this fourth quarter. Sun Devils, they've been red hot to start this game off. And they continue with the hot hand. And that man right there is having himself a whale of a contest. 30 points right now. High score across the board. Aaron Murphy, 80-58. Don't forget, after this one, we've got 3 more left on the docket. Fully Feared against CNX Orion. Stuffed Bisons against the New Force. And then how about this? The Naga Hunters taking on the Thailand Titans. The Hunters and Titans, that should be a good one. Fourth and final game. Acrobatic shot. You give credit to Howard. They are still battling. They trail big. And I just think ultimately the 3-point shot was not falling. They had no answers defensively from Murphy. And you see right there, they're just, the guards this afternoon have been able to have their way, breaking down the defenders. And you just, once that shot's not falling and you start to fall behind, I'm not going to say panic set in, but I think there was too much iso ball. Some of the shot selection was poor, and they really weren't able to get to the line. You want to have an opportunity to chip away, chip away, chip away. They haven't been able to do that. They've only been to the line 6 times, settling for way too many jump shots. right, TV timeout. 4.5 to go in this fourth quarter. Sun Devils up big, 80-63. We'll step aside. Final 4 and change coming back. And as we come back, Jerome Hartman goes to the line after converting that one. Native of Dallas, Texas. Final 5:30 to go. Knocks home the free throw. Clock continues to run. Willoughby's going to get it across the timeline. So it's a 20-point deficit right now for the Hoops. If they have anything left in the tank, got to have it right now. Brooks trying to get position right now and look for that ISO. They're going to call it on the floor with the hand check. So that's a foul on the Sun Devils. And not yet, bonus-wise, Thomas over to Willoughby. Looking for Brooks once more, see if he gets that penetration. Thomas still trying to create a shot. Draws a double. Brooks, that's off the mark. Tipped around. And a nice pass. Another bunny that's missed by the Hoops. And right now, as the clock winds down under 4, and the lead sits at 20, just think right now Howard's kind of running out of gas and a little steam. You certainly don't want it to get it too sloppy if you're the Sun Devils. Brooks has it right now on Hartman. Spin move, picks up the dribble, drew the contact, nothing doing. And the battle of the boards, again, in the favor of the Sun Devils. They just were the Windex man, cleaning up the glass. And then another 3 that drops home. And there's a 23-point lead right now. You get this type of offensive effort from the Sun Devils, they're going to be dangerous going forward. Lawrence with 15. Monster as well. Just, gave you that presence, knocked down his shots, gave you the energy in 25-plus minutes. McDonald giving some good burn. Hartman adding some minutes as well. When you're able to go to the bench like this, it helps out big time, especially as this tournament's going to go on. Murphy, certainly the player of the game with 30. Mora with 16. Murphy and Mora combined 20 of 33 from the floor. Murphy, a lot of his points came right around the paint, created a shot, 10 boards. Mora, 10 boards. So doing an excellent job. 40 rebounds as a whole, winning that battle on the glass. Left hand glides in. That doesn't drop. Under 3 to play. And this one pretty much all but over. Sun Devils well on their way to picking up their first win of this tourney, and more importantly, getting those 2 points. Final 2:45. Murphy gives it up. Little floater as well. Unselfish. That's something that should not be overstated. 29 assists as a team. The Sun Devils. Just trying to add to that total right there. And they hit 90. And they're trying to get to 100, and they're 3 ball. The offense has been brilliant this afternoon. Thomas, with a clean look, finally drops it home. Howard's going to regroup. They're too good of a team. They're going to regroup. They just got to cut down the turnovers. They fell behind fast in this one, and they just settled for way too many jump shots. And the shot just wasn't falling. They want to talk about it with a $1:16 to go. 96-70. Sun Devils 52% from the floor. They've out-rebounded, more assists, more steals, and they haven't turned the basketball over, just 8. They played a real clean game, and they lead it by 26. The late stages of this one, Sun Devils grabbed an early lead, ballooned it up to 10 points, double digits, never looked back. They're coasting right now, up 26. With under a minute to play. Led this one 24-15 after 1. 46-33 going into the break, and they pulled away in that third quarter. A standout player, Aaron Murphy. Game high, team high, 30 points. Mora with 21. Lawrence with 15. McGilbra with 11. A lot of balanced scoring. A lot of opportunities for these players to fill the stat sheet as they continue. Their 98th point. That 3 drops home. 98-73. You know they want to get to 100. With under 20 seconds to go. Hartman picked up the dribble. Final 15. Long 3. That doesn't drop, so they're going to have to be content with 98. 6, 5, 4. Clock continues to run. They're going to call foul on the floor. Last possession of the game. I'm not sure if they're going to count the bucket or not. That'll get them to 100. In any event, very impressive performance by the Sun Devils this afternoon. They win it easily. They led by 9 after the first quarter. And the story of this game, they had no answers. Howard had absolutely no answers. They could not contain Murphy, who had a remarkable contest, filling up the stat sheet. A team high, a game high 30 points, 13 of 20 from the floor. Mora with 21, 9 of 15 from the floor, added 10 rebounds. By the way, Murphy and Mora both with double-doubles, big-time double-doubles. 30 and 14 respectively, 21 and 10. You see right there, tradition is always a lot of respect between all these teams and all these players. In the final 98-73, Sun Devils win it by 25. For Howard, high man was Brooks, a quiet 21, really played well. 30 minutes, Willoughby 14, Thomas 10. Shot wasn't dropping from three-point line. They combined, Willoughby and Thomas, just 3 of 12 after 14 of 32 in week 1. That gave them 12. Little production from Robinson off the bench as well. Turnovers were the bugaboo, 14. Shots not dropping as well from the floor. Final 98-73. Sun Devils pick up a all-important 2 points, and they get their first win of the tournament.